Stats, the final clocking, well, it's ridiculous. 22.5 miles an hour. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that one
ain't happening no more, y'all.
Back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris.
Wrap up.
Still moving. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Buying time to his left. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 49. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Handoff comes to Chubb. A nice opening right away as he'll maneuver his way up to the 32-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 32-yard line.
Back to throw. Reyes. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
On 1st and 10, Reyes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
At the 20-yard line.
Next one. 53 Mike. Check. Hey, 88. It's going to be a long day. Let's begin.
On play action, Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. Five yards remain on 2nd down. Off the play fake, Reyes. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Trey Flowers make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. On 3rd down, Reyes. He's going to float this one deep right side. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Browns. Anthony Schwartz. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Browns have taken the lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
14, Steelers 7.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
I got you, son. I got you, son. 52. 52. Hey, take 26.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Eluding the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
26. Check. 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 Mike 22. Mike 22.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Rodgers. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. run with Harris out of the shotgun. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. They run for it with Harris. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
With the score, Browns 14, Steelers 7.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Throwing is Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Short little throw to Ebron. Sheds off the tackle. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Of course we think of Aaron Rodgers as a pocket passer, but you and I both know this guy's a pure athlete. He can get outside and make plays with his legs as well.
I showed it right there, outside of the pocket and on the money.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Mike, 53. 53. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Check. 53 Mike. Check. 53.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. To the right side to Eric Ebron. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Nine-yard line, 2nd and 6. On the give, this is Harris. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Kill.
They hand this off to Harris. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Brownsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Brings up second and 2.
Looking to throw. Reyes going for the deep ball. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Sly on for the extra point.
It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Browns 21, Steelers 7.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Harris. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Kind of an odd schedule this year. These two teams getting their 2 games in very late in the season. Their first meeting just a few weeks ago, back in Week 15. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
On play action, it's Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Hey, take 26.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And they'll get this down to the 10.
65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down. Mike 50, Mike 50. Let's go.
They'll try and run with Harris. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. Extra point now by Boswell. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Now Rodgers. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
86 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
On first down, Reyes. And that is taken in by Hurst. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Reyes.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 45.
Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Chase Claypool
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Steelers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
A final shot before break. Reyes. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. It's brought in by Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
26.
On play action, now Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They'll run on 1st down. Harris finding room to the 20. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Najee Harris,
his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Boswell good with the extra point. And it will tie our game here in the 3rd. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback. As that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. To throw on 2nd down, Reyes.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. And he stopped immediately there. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off around the 37. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And they will take a 7-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe than returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Throwing on first down, Reyes. They set up the screen to Chubb. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Reyes. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Well, the terrible towels here at Heinz Field out in full force. Here's 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Rodgers now on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They run with Harris. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's taken to the 26. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Reyes. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 2nd down now, it's Harris. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again.
And this is going to be a Steelers 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On 1st down, Rodgers steps away to his left, and he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers.
Right side, Claypool's got it.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Being chased out left. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns are right back in this football game.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The Browns drive about to get started.
The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome.
He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown.
Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 29-yard line. A big play there out of the running game.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. This is Harris. Broken tackle. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. On 2nd down, it's Harris. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he's going to have a 1st down as he dives at the end to try to get as much as he can. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's Harris. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Harris.
No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
No gain on the play. Brings up 4th and goal.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And Boswell's kick is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all the kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And he did exactly what they needed him to do. Charles got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this one is incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw.
Completes to Njoku.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. He's back to throw.
That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. Back to throw.
Pass complete to Chubb.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He'll look to throw. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. 4th down now defensively. Charles, you know they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, it would have been a long one, but that was the spot that they put themselves in, Charles, forcing him to try from long distance, and he comes up empty.
And you know what happens oftentimes when you're trying to kick a little bit beyond your range, you overkick it, right? Don't get all of it. In this situation, they cannot point fingers at him. They've got to go back and examine their play calls, how they tried to traverse the ball down the field, and why they didn't get bigger chunks of yardage in order to set up a field goal that was much more manageable.
Yeah, because 5 to 10 yards there could have made a world of difference. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Steelers, they move to a sparkling 15-1 with 1 game still to go in the regular season.